Hi, it's Susanna from Her Money, Her Purpose, and today I welcome you back for another time planning and tracking video. So last week I made my first time planning video and I talked about how this practice of planning our time and tracking our time is more important than tracking our money. Because money can come and go from our lives, but time is our only genuinely limited resource. So I showed you my sheet for last week, and it doesn't show up very well on camera because of the pink that I chose to use, but I wanted to give you a quick recap on last week with regards to my goals and what I accomplished. So the first thing is I had a goal of working 22 and a half hours in my paid work, and that was accomplished. If anything, I went a little bit over. I also had goals around my business hours. I did 14 hours in my business this week, and I pretty much knocked everything off the list that I had for the week. I definitely did my GST and PAYG on Monday. There was a few things that I carried forward into this week because they weren't crucial. And there was one thing that I allowed to just completely fall off the list, which was an aspect of a training I'm doing that was not mandatory. I may come back to it later, but I just didn't have time, and the attempt of doing it caused a lot of stress. So I said, no, I'm going to not do that. I wanted to give you a bit of a summary in terms of what worked, what did I enjoy, what could be improved, and what did I learn. And I made actually a lot of notes on each of those areas, at least 2 in each area, but I'm going to focus on 1 in each area that would improve this week. So what worked is that I felt satisfied, accomplished, and balanced. I didn't feel like I was just work all week. I definitely felt like I had space for Susanna time, space for social, and that leads into what did I enjoy? I actually really enjoyed looking forward. So on Friday, I had my friend come over for dinner, and I really enjoyed all week being able to look forward to that. And then when we got to Friday, I was so much more present and so much more in the moment and so much more enjoying her company. And I believe part of that is because I've been looking forward to it all week. And it gave me a sense of, I don't want to say like light at the end of the tunnel that I got through the week, because I enjoyed my week, but it gave me that sense of like, it's okay to feel busy. It's okay to feel like I have a lot going on, because come Friday, I got nothing. All I had to do on Friday was make a salad. And my partner, and make something else for dinner. My partner made roast potatoes. We had a gorgeous dinner with my friend. No wine, didn't need it because I felt so good and so relaxed. So I really enjoyed that. What could be improved? And this is where I had to be honest with myself, was what kept falling off the priority list every day. And there was a bit of vagueness around, is it this or is it that? Like, which category does it really fall into? But what didn't get the attention was my creative 60, my 60 minutes in the morning of creativity. And I was kind of being like, oh, this could be sort of creativity, but no. The truth is, I was waking up in the morning and I was going on Facebook. And so my challenge to myself this week is to wake up in the morning, do my creative 60, which at this point, a lot of that has to do with either recording or transposing the recordings that I've already made of content for my book. I'm writing a book. And this morning I sat down and I transposed 8 minutes, only 8 minutes of my thoughts, my recordings, and it was nearly 1,000 words of my book. So I've now written nearly 1,000 words of my book because I finally sat down and did it today. So that could definitely be improved, and it is improving. That feels amazing. And the other thing that I learned is that I tried to squeeze in too much social and training and things that are not really supporting me in my goal. They are supporting me in my goal because they support me as a human, but I squeezed in just a little bit too much of that last week. And my creativity was what actually took the fall. So looking at, maybe just having one social thing or one training during the week, during the day, and then, having more time for other things. So that's my recap of last week. This week, I have a public holiday in Melbourne. Tomorrow is Melbourne Cup Day, so I have fewer hours in my paid job, my paid work. So I have 16 hours to do there. I have week 3 of my Her 2020 Vision Mastermind, so there'll be about 5 hours between prep, delivery, and follow-up, and being present in the group. But I've already put in at least an hour to 2 hours over the weekend because I felt inspired to get ahead of that. So that could be less. I have client meetings, and I'm allowing about 5 hours for Her Money, Her Purpose, content, and connection. So there's that. I have a few things behind the scenes that I'm working on in my business, editing and creating images for offers, and doing some preparation for client meetings so that I can feel ready to serve them as well as I can. So those things are happening. I'm also going to have a 2-hour accountability call with my accountability buddy this week because she was at the training, not last weekend, but the weekend before. So we're going to go through our actions and our ideas around that. And I have a massage. Friday, I finished the week with a massage, and I have a little bit of training on this week, which is mainly not crucial. It's all going to be recorded and I can come back to it, but I like to be live. And I also have a coaching call for me that starts in about 4 minutes. So I should wrap up here. Have I missed anything? Oh, there was one other thing. A woman who saw the recording of this video from last week asked a question, and I wanted to address that question just in case anyone else had thought of it. And it's about the essence of the question was, how do you know, or how do you decide how much activity to put in each day if you don't have, for example, fixed bedtime and fixed wake up time? And I don't think I said I don't have fixed bedtimes and wake up times. As a matter of fact, during the week, my partner has a definite fixed bedtime. And since I've broken the habit, thank you, of taking my laptop to bed and winding down with my laptop, which apparently took like 2 or 3 hours, but it's amazing how when my laptop isn't there, I wind down much quicker and even like have space for an evening practice, some journaling, some meditation. It's beautiful. So he starts getting ready for bed at 10 or just around that. And then by 10:15, 10:30, he's in bed, totally asleep. So if I take about half hour or an hour for a morning practice, for an evening practice, I'll be asleep by 11:30. So I kind of do have a set bedtime. And I don't have a set wake up time, but generally my body likes to sleep about 8 hours. So that answers that part of the question. But how do I know how much to plan for in each day? I'm looking at the hours that are available to me that day. And I'm also looking at like feeling into my own energy for the week. And if you're a woman, you'll probably know what I mean when I say there's some weeks we have more energy and some weeks we have less. So feeling into that, and then also giving myself permission, like really prioritizing my tasks so that if there are things that I just don't have energy for, I know which ones they are. I know which ones can wait, and I know which ones are important. And at the end of the day, like if any of us get sick, we can take a sick day. If we genuinely just need to stay in bed, that is available. And I make sure that I allow that. But generally, I focus on health. I'm vibrating at the frequency of health. I'm feeling really good. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm eating well. And so it hasn't, been that much of an issue lately, but I do have that available if need be. So I hope that answers your question about how I decide what to put in each day. If anyone has any other questions that they'd like me to clarify about this process, this is the start of my sheet for this week. It is actually just the back of last week's sheet, okay? Really, this is a cost-free, easy process, and each week I get better and better, and that's why I'm going to keep making these videos until it doesn't feel right to anymore. So have a great week. It's the week of the 4th of November 2019. I hope you have an amazing week. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know if this video has inspired you to get even better at time planning and time tracking. Realistically, don't put too much in your week. Allow yourself to have a break and look after you. And until next time, many, many blessings. Mwah. Bye.